Hey allihopa, and welcome to my last pregnancy update. Today we're gonna do things a bit different. I'm lying down on the couch because I am actually having contractions as we speak. And I am wishing that I had filmed this video last night like I had planned. It's 4:30 in the morning now, and yeah, I'm not gonna get this video up unless I film it now before the baby gets here. Hi, future Alexandra here. I labored for hours and then we went to the hospital and the contractions just disappeared. So yeah, it was a false alarm. I'm still gonna upload this video though, so just continue with the original footage where I was totally sure that I was gonna have a baby today, which it turns out I'm actually not. I have a few clips already that I've filmed for this video, and I also have like this entire list on my phone of things that I wanted to bring up. So I really want to film this update. So I guess this update is going to be weeks 36 and 37. Today is the second day in my 38th week. So I'm just going to try and go through this list as fast as I can. And probably pause for contractions. Hopefully you don't have to see that. I can cut that out. Symptoms are basically, or have been basically, the same as before, but I've still written some down that I guess I wanted to mention, and that's that I have new stretch marks. I was supposed to film those, but I haven't, so we'll see if I get a chance to film the stretch marks. If I do, I guess you're seeing them now on the screen. So I do have a few stretch marks that I haven't had before, and they've appeared now these past couple of weeks. I don't think I've had any new stretch marks from this pregnancy before that. I don't mind though. I've never really minded stretch marks. I think they're just kind of, I see them as tiger stripes. Proof of all the work that I'm doing to get these kids into the world. Fatigue has been very strong, and at the same time, I think a big part of it is that I have, not consciously, but I've kind of like switched my sleeping schedule around. I have had a lot of trouble sleeping at night, and so I've kind of slept during the day to make up for it, and obviously then that makes it even harder to fall asleep the next night, and it's kind of become a vicious circle. So I am tired a lot, but I think it's also because I'm just not getting that like consistent sleep at night. And that's just gonna keep going now since baby's almost here. Constantly peeing, yeah, that's, I don't know why I wrote that down, because that's obvious and I've had that for weeks anyway. Problem sleeping at night, I already mentioned that. Lightning crotch, I've had a lot of lightning crotch, especially in the past few days. I've definitely noticed that she's been like down there with her head pushing. And heartburn from hell still. I was hoping that the heartburn would kind of not go away, but maybe lessen a bit as she went further down into my pelvis, but that just wasn't the case. I've still been dealing with a lot of heartburn. Also, this past week I've actually had headaches 2 or 3 times, and having those headaches, I'm having a contraction right now, but yeah, having those headaches made me realize how long it's been since I did have headaches, because at the beginning of the pregnancy, as with my other pregnancies, with my other pregnancies, because I've had a few miscarriages as well. I have had lots of headaches. Sorry. Okay, I probably shouldn't talk through the contractions. I'll just be back when it's passed. Okay, yeah, about the headaches. I just, yeah, it got very obvious to me that I haven't actually had any headaches really in months. So that's good. And they haven't been super bad or anything. It's just that I noticed that, yeah, headaches were back. On Monday, I went to the midwife. I actually had the kids with me because it kind of like, I kind of had to, because I had booked the midwife appointment too early in the day to leave the kids at preschool first. But then I think it turned out pretty well, because I had told Tyrion earlier, like months ago, that maybe he could come with me one time and like listen to the heartbeat and stuff, and now he got to do that. And everything was good at the appointment with the things that she checked. She, like, as usual, checked my blood sugar and everything, iron and stuff. But apparently the urine test that I left 3 weeks ago, it didn't show that I had a UTI, so that's good, because that's why we've been doing these urine tests continuously through this pregnancy, because I had a UTI just at the beginning of the pregnancy, and I've been taking medicine, like, what's it called? I've been taking medicine to make sure that I don't get another UTI, but there was something odd about the urine test. She said something about flora, whatever that means. So she wanted me to leave another one, which I did yesterday. And there was something else. Oh, and she checked the baby and said that the head was definitely engaged now. So yeah, that was basically the only thing that was new since the last appointment when I went. Weight gain is kind of interesting. I actually managed to find all the weights, like the starting weight of every pregnancy and the end weight of the pregnancies that I've had before. Not all the pregnancies, but with the other kids that I have. So I have everything written down here. And I guess I'll put them on the screen just to... Otherwise it would just be confusing with all the numbers and stuff. So with Tyrion, my firstborn, I started at 59 kilos. And the last weight that I have from that pregnancy is about a week before he was born, at 33 weeks. And at that point I weighed 68 kilos. So I gained 9 kilos for that pregnancy. But then again, it was a shorter pregnancy since he was born early. But I didn't gain a lot of weight. Anyway, and then Theo, I started at 60.5 kilos. So I had gained a little bit of weight since the last time I started a pregnancy, I guess you could say. And I ended at 74.1 kilos. And he was born at 37 weeks, I guess you would say. He was actually born the exact same day that I am in this pregnancy right now. So I gained 13.6 kilos with him. So I did gain a bit more, but I also was pregnant for like 3-ish weeks longer with that pregnancy. And then for this baby, I started at 64 kilos, which is, at least to me, significantly more than what my starting weights with the other kids. Because I'm pretty short too, so every kilo, like, counts. Every kilo makes a big difference. We didn't have the best year last year, and I comfort ate a lot, and so I've tried not to worry about it or think about it too much, but I've had some like brain issues with the whole thing, that I was heavier at the start of this pregnancy, and I kind of worried that I would gain more. And I weighed myself yesterday, I think, and I was 75.3 kilos. So I've actually gained less than I did with Theo's pregnancy. I've gained 11.3 kilos. And I've obviously gone as far as I did with him. So that kind of calmed me. And I almost don't want to bring it up just because it's such a... Okay, another contraction is coming on. I'll be back. The contraction is mostly over now. Yeah, it's just... I don't want weight gain to be... I don't think it should be something that you worry too much about when you're pregnant, as long as you're not gaining like an obscene amount of weight, obviously. And at the same time, I want to be honest in these videos and just let you know that this is how it's been and this is how it is, and it does calm me to know that I haven't gained a bunch of weight this time. And I really thought that I would, because I've been craving so much cola. I've had like at least 1 can of cola every day for 2 months probably. I'm not proud of that. I wish I like had been better at making the decision to not drink that cola, but it's just been such a strong craving. And my plan now obviously is to stop drinking cola once the baby gets here, because I can't really blame the pregnancy craving thing anymore. And also, I think cola is one of those things that has a tendency to make your kids, or make a nursing child have gas and stuff, I think. And obviously I don't want to contribute to my baby having gas or having tummy aches. So yeah, cola is pretty much out. I guess I'll drink my last one today. No, I'm not gonna go like cold turkey like that, but if I notice that she can't handle me drinking cola, then obviously that's a good enough reason to stop. Anyway, let's move on from weight. This isn't a fun topic. Let's just move on. This is much more fun. Even though I do have some qualms, I think it's called, about this too. Baby buys. I've actually bought a few new things for the baby just a few days ago, and one thing in particular was quite expensive. And I feel a little bad, and at the same time, this purchase is something, this product is something that I've been wanting since before even Theo was born. I wanted it for him, but I couldn't afford it. And then I said, with my next baby, if I have another baby, I'm gonna get one of those. And then during this pregnancy, I kind of decided, no, I'm not gonna get one. It's a waste of money, or it's too much money. And then the other day I noticed a huge sale and I couldn't resist. So I bought a Mamaroo swing. These are very like, I feel like a lot of moms, at least a lot of YouTube moms that I watch, have these and swear by them, and I just really wanted one. So yeah, I took the plunge and I got one. Another contraction is coming on. I'll be back. Another thing that I bought at the same time as the Mamaroo, because they had like a site-wide sale on baby items, was a bath stand, I think it's called. This is again something that I've been wanting for all the kids. I just, for whatever reason, haven't gotten it, because these aren't expensive. I think it's so scary to give babies baths, especially when you have like baby oil and stuff in the water, which I tend to like having, because it gets so slippery, and I'm so worried that I'm gonna like drop the baby into the water. So now we have a bath stand. Awesome. And the last thing that I got for the baby was a, what did I call it? Crib guard. Is that the word? I think that's the word. It's just simple gray, matching our room and matching the things that are in her crib and stuff. So yeah, those are, I guess, the baby buys that I've gotten. I feel like there was more, but I guess there wasn't. And now for the last thing that I've written down, and that is what I'm doing to try and help labor get started, is what I've written down. At first I wrote down what I'm doing to try and induce labor. And I really don't want to use that word induce, because I feel like inducing, you can really only do that with drugs. Like making sure that the labor gets started. You can only do that like in a sure way with drugs, as far as I know, as far as science knows. But there are all of these old wives' tales that I have heard about, read about, and I thought, well, the ones that I feel like doing, I'm gonna do, because they can't hurt, and the ones that I'm just like, ugh, I'm just gonna skip, because it's probably not gonna make a difference, or a big difference either way. My thinking is that baby comes when baby's ready. But if baby is pretty much ready, maybe you can nudge them in the right direction. That's kind of how I see it. So I've just written down the things that I have been doing or had planned to do. The first thing is raspberry leaf tea, and I guess this doesn't really help start labor. This is supposed to help your uterus like work more effectively. And I bought the tea, but I haven't had any of it yet. So that was kind of a fail. I just kept forgetting to make the tea. So I haven't actually done that one. I did have pineapple though yesterday, almost an entire pineapple. It was super yummy. I brought it with me when I left the house, and I had it to kind of snack on to make sure that I just kept eating so that I didn't get one of those blood sugar falls again. And I've been doing exercises on my birthing ball, I think it's called, or exercise ball, just kind of sitting on it in the evenings when I was sitting at my computer anyway, just bouncing and doing rolling motions. And I think I showed that in the vlog last week. So I have been doing that to kind of help her go further down into my pelvis and stuff. What else? Cleaning / nesting is something that I would have done either way, but again, can't hurt. Yesterday I wrote down brisk walk. This was before I took my walk. It was not brisk. I was so winded, and I had to take tiny steps just because I was having the lightning crotch and everything. So it was not a brisk walk, but it was a long walk. I actually got my 10,000 steps yesterday, which is my goal for every day, or it has been before I was pregnant. And yesterday my Fitbit watch started vibrating because I had gotten my 10,000 steps, and that hasn't happened in a long time. So yeah, I took a long walk, but not a very fast one. And then the last thing that I actually think is the most effective one, if any of these are effective. One, because my doctor thought so as well. Two, because it's what I did 1 hour before Theo's labor started. And now it's what I did about 1 hour before this labor started. And that is sex. And yeah, I just think that that's what works from my experience with both this labor and Theo's labor. Yeah, maybe TMI, but yeah, that's just the case. I'm actually gonna end this video now. I was going to do a bump shot, but I guess I'll try and take some pictures, or maybe we can film a bump shot later at the hospital or something. For now, I just want to lie down and go through these contractions. They're not coming very often, I'm noticing, since I'm filming and I can keep track of the time. They're kind of slowing down, I feel like. So maybe this is actually false alarm. Maybe I'm not having a baby today. That would be so silly. I'm gonna upload this video either way because it was fun to film, and it's just such a weird situation to be in. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you, I guess, when we see you. Hey do.